kitchen with Eileen? Who's in the kitchen with Eileen? Who's in the kitchen with Eileen?
Who's in the kitchen with Eileen? Who's in the kitchen with Eileen?
It's fun food for kids with Miss Eileen.
Hi everyone, I'm Miss Eileen at Shaler North Hills Library. I want to give thanks to our camera woman, Miss Rebecca, and our sound system, Miss
We
Ann.
wrote that song.
She wrote that song, yes, she's the very
group
talented
effort.
Miss Ing. So today, what you're going to do is you are going to make an owl sandwich. So what you're going to need, and I don't know if you want to zoom in on the sandwich.
I do indeed.
Okay. So what you will need today, besides your super special grown-up, is you'll need 2 slices of bread. I use whole wheat. 1 slice today I'm using ham. You can use bologna, salami, whatever lunch meat you like. A mini cucumber, a carrot, and blueberries. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing that you're going to do, you can put your bread on your plate, and I'm going to add my ham to it. So since this is larger than the sandwich, I'm going to fold it down and fold it over. Okay, and then put the second piece of bread on top. So then after this, what you're going to need, of course, you need the eyes. So I'm going to take the cucumber and cut the one end off there and make 2 slices for the eyes. And I'm using a plastic knife for that, and going to place that up top there. And then I'm going to use the blueberries. And you can use blueberries, you can use black olives, you can use blackberries, whatever you like. Okay. Then the next thing that you're going to do, and you're going to need an adult for this because I have to use a sharp knife. I'm going to cut 3 round discs from the thick part of the carrot. Okay. So the one part is going to be for the nose, but we have to cut it down some. So I'm going to leave this curved part here, and I'm just going to angle it down almost like a triangle. I'm going to angle this down for the nose, a pointed nose, and place that right in the middle there. Okay, then we're going to use these 2 other pieces of carrot for the feet, but I want to notch out the feet. So I'm just going to take a small triangle out of the feet. Whoops. And here you're going to need an adult to probably do this with a sharp knife. And then I'm going to place the feet. Okay. So, but now the only thing missing is the wings. So I'm going to take the sandwich, and what you're going to do, you're going to cut from up top here down in towards the feet. You're going to make a slice on the left side and a slice on the right side. And I'm going to use the sharp knife just because it's going to be easier. Oops, and the eye fell off, but that's okay. And then I'm just going to slide that wing out a little bit. I'm going to do it on this side also. And put the eyeball back on my owl. So there you have it, my friends.
Ooh,
It's a nice little hoot owl
what a charmer.
so there you have a ham sandwich that you can enjoy.
Very nice.
This episode of Fun Food for Kids with Miss Eileen is made possible in part by little people with big dreams, Mighty Math, and by viewers like you.
Hello again. So now, while you're eating your owl sandwich, I'm going to read you Good Night Owl by Greg Pizzoli. This is such a cute book. Owl was settling into bed when he heard a noise. Squeak! It was a tiny sound, no louder than a whisper. A funny noise he hadn't heard before. Someone must be at the door, said Owl. Just a minute. But no one was there. Probably the wind, said Owl. As he lay down in bed, he said to himself, Good night, Owl. Squeak! And he heard the noise again. It's coming from the cupboard, said Owl. So he went to take a look. He emptied every shelf, but there was no noise to be found. So Owl went back to bed. Good night, Owl, he said. And then he heard the noise. Squeak! It must be under the floor, said Owl. And he pulled up the floorboards one by one. But he didn't find the noise, so Owl went back to bed. Squeak! This house has a noisy roof, yelled Owl. And he took the roof down. There, said Owl, no more noise. Owl got back into bed, the stars and the moon shining down where his roof used to be. Good night, Owl, he said. But Owl didn't close his eyes. He didn't dare. He knew that any second he would hear the noise. He waited and waited and waited and waited. Squeak! It's in the walls, screeched Owl. I'll get you, noise, Owl said as he tore down the walls of his house. But he found nothing. The cupboard was empty. The floorboards were pulled up. The roof was pulled down. And the walls were gone. Owl went back to bed and he said, Good night, Owl. And then he saw the noise. Squeak! Owl smiled and said, Good night, noise. And they went to sleep. So now, my friends, what I do want to remind you, if you have your special grown-up, take a photo of you and your sandwich, send it to ShalerYouthServices@gmail.com. We'll do a collage and post it on our social media page. Okay? Now, also, next week, we will be doing another snack. So what I will need you to have available is some pink icing, some mini chocolate chips, and if you can make a cupcake, make cupcakes. But what I want you to do with your super special grown-up is if you can tint the cupcake green, okay? And we'll make something fun to eat next time, okay? I thank you so very much for joining me. Miss Eileen at Shaler North Hills Library.
Who's in the kitchen